everyone, this is Mistress Nightmare here, and we're going to continue reading Three-Way Romance, Chapter 4. I slowly began regaining consciousness. What another dream. My first vision was hazy and blurry. My body felt like numb as hell. Slowly I gained my vision. I felt my body was swinging side to side. My eyes opened fully and noticed that I was in a room or say of the matter. I felt pressure on my stomach of someone's shoulder. I was being carried. Yes, I was. Just great. Who was this person, or should I say people, because soon as I lifted my head, the boy in the black mask must have seen, because his face was close to mine. Examining it before he saw me awakening, I shut my eyes and pretended to be asleep. It must have worked, because he stroked my cheek and left me to resume his place next to what I think is the man in the white mask. Whoever these people are, but why am I still alive? I'm most likely important. When is breakfast? Time skip. A few hours passed. We were still walking until we got to a lake at the edge of the forest where me, Tim, and Brian played when we were little. Where we had the best of times. Flashback. I was crying by the lake, tears streaming down my cheek. I looked at the lake, and my flower-patterned dress was covering the edge of my legs. I laid my head on my knees, making my body curl up into a ball. My dark brown hair deepened down from its ponytail, trying to wave my tears away. I had resulted in brushing, but I ignored it. A twig or a branch snapping, I ignored it. I continued sobbing. I heard familiar voices. Veronica, is that you? Tim asked, and the both boys walking closer to me, like crying for him. It's me, I sobbed. Tears continued going out of my eyes and remained or whatever. At once, Tim and Brian rushed to my side. I tried to stop crying. Veronica, what's wrong? Brian asked, wiping the tears from my cheek. I hurled down into a ball as Tim and Brian tried to calm me down with one of their hugs. After I calmed down a bit, I was able to mutter something. Alex was picking on me and he punched me in my arm, I muttered suddenly as tears reformed in my eyes. That said, and which calm and concern turned to pure anger and revenge. Tim and Brian's heads. They began their way towards Alex's house. I looked up at them as they marched away like little knights in my childhood fairy books. I felt like a princess with my two heroes were going out to save me from the evil monster, the Alex. After an hour or two, they returned to me with few cuts and here and there, but with huge smiles on their faces. It made me happy, and once I knew they had beaten the crap out of Alex just for me. They both hugged me and sat next to me. We just talked and talked until we fell asleep by the lake under the brightness of the full moon stairs.